Hey guys. They look like Pippi Longstocking, but you just make them stick out straight.
You need pipe cleaners in it to make them thin.
I'm going to record it. I know many of you guys went to Super Saturday this weekend, which was so awesome to see your pictures and so cool to see. It didn't matter if there were 2 people, 10 people, 50 people, 400 to 500 down in Dallas. It was just really cool to see you guys at Super Saturday. If anybody wants the Super Saturday video, because the training was really good, especially Joan Crocker's, I'm doing that for us. I'm in the process of doing that. So if you have any resources that you think would lend to a Snoop group, and if you're like, what's Snoop group? Let me know, because I can send you the Super Saturday video for you to watch and catch up. You heard all this, the summit announcement, so that stuff is just repetitive, but the trainings and the story were really, really good. So one particular training, and we talked about this just a couple weeks ago, was, are we going to continue with the current or past format of a sneak peek, and has that really served us? And we talked about taking a break, and hello, God is good. Couldn't have come at a better time, this Snoop group training, because it was kind of perfect. A group that we can constantly invite to, that has all of the steps to share our team, our coaching, what is coach, testimonies, perhaps set up in units. So you start with 1, you go to 2, you go to 3, and you end with just being really open with those people who are genuinely interested, and giving them the options of how to sign up. It is what is coaching? Who are we? Very to the point, but with our personality from, our team, some of our personal stories. And I just really loved how simple it was, and that it was something that even the newest coach could invite to, or someone who's been a coach for 10 years, to give someone a non-pushy environment in which they can check out coaching a little bit further. A funny story really quickly before I go on. I had a massage this weekend while Amber Bailey was in town speaking at our Super Summit. That's where they're both combined. Super Summit, Super Saturday. She came and spoke at ours, and then flew home to Dallas to run the Dallas one. And I had a massage. She did as well. Different rooms. Okay. Why I need to say that, I don't know. But anyway, the lady who did my massage said, "You look fit." And I was like, well, thank you. She goes, "You must be doing something in fitness." And so she spoke to me like I, knew my body, which I do. But then it was so funny, because she said, "What do you do with fitness?" And she goes, "Wait, are you a Beachbody coach?" And I was like, well, that's random. Like, I didn't have to lay it out for her. I said, "That's funny. Yes, I am." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, are they still hiring?" And I thought it was just the funniest question, because I was like, when are they not? Like, of course. And so I didn't want my massage to be all about Beachbody, but it ended up being me answering her questions while my face was squished in that pillow. I came up and I was like, I have the biggest ring on my face. It was one of the best massages I've ever had. But she was like talking to me while grinding out things in my back. And it was just, I couldn't breathe. She's asking me questions, and I'm like, it really hurts. Okay, I'll breathe and then answer your question. But but I wanted to go back a little bit and just say, it started with just talking about fitness, and it just was a natural conversation, and it wasn't awkward, and it wasn't pushy, and it wasn't anything that I felt uncomfortable about. And I left my name and my Instagram for her, and she said, "I'm going to check it out, because it's something that really interests me. And I'm at a point in my life when what I'm doing goes really well with that." And I listened, and so that was the biggest thing. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was something that Amber actually shared, and I thought it was so, so good that I wanted you guys to hear it, and nobody recorded it. And so I did. I asked Amber for her notes, and I wanted to put my own team spin on it. On the way back from Summit, she picked up a book called The Dream Team in the airport, where you're like, I wonder if this is going to be good or if it's going to really suck. Apparently, it's been one of the best books she's ever read. The Dream Team. I can get the author for you. And it talks specifically, and the part that Amber touched on was being an individual or being individualistic. And I thought that was really smart, because of course we want to be individuals in this business. Of course we want to stand out. Of course we want to put our own spin on things. Of course, of course, of course. But being an individual doesn't mean pulling yourself away from a team, a group, an opportunity. It means being yourself. And so I think I'll tell you a story in just a minute. Me personally, I have in the past taken that too far, and I've been individualistic. I can do it on my own. I don't need your help. I want to do it over here. I don't want to participate. I feel like the way I'm doing it is better than the way you're doing it. That's the wrong kind of attitude to have. That's also the wrong attitude to have when you are reaching out to people and inviting them to coaching. Now, I'm going to get a little maybe controversial here in a minute, but that's okay, because you guys are open-minded and really smart ladies, so you're just going to roll with it and put your own spin on it. What is an individual? I'm going to give you a couple definitions. So the first one is, what is an individual? The quality or character of a particular person or thing that distinguishes them from others. So maybe you're artistic, or maybe you love science, or maybe you're a dancer, or maybe you're just really patient and you are a great teacher. Everybody is different. Maybe they're super organized, maybe they're not, but they are the most brainy, creative person you've ever met, and they're a complete scatterbrain. Everybody is an individual, and I think that's what's really important. But what I want to talk about is when we are sharing as individuals, when we are posting, when we are talking about coaching, there are a couple of steps that are super important. And please write these down, because I wish I had, and I'm really glad that I have the notes now. So the first one is live from your current life season. I am not going to be able to share from Megan's current life season. We are through that. We do not have babies in diapers anymore. I will never be able to share and pull that off, right now, and that's okay. I can't share from Elizabeth's current life season because I do not have that belly. I cannot put myself in that situation. I can share from the mom of teens, I can share from my kids are getting older and they are being very independent, and it's a very hard situation to be in. And also being a single mom when my husband is still deploying, I can share from that season, which was very different from other seasons. Maybe you're an empty nester, and so you got to share from your current life season so that you connect with people who are in that same season. They aren't going to be your cookie cutter person, but they're going to be in the same season. So that is one way that we can reach out and connect with people, is to remember to share our lives in our current season. I was talking to Mike Karpenko, who is a founding coach, and he is super smart, and he's going to be on our team call in a couple weeks. And I said, my brain I just lost what I was going to say. Anyway, it'll come back because we talked about a lot of things. So it'll come back. Wow. Apparently I need some more water. I'm dehydrated. Number 2, add your own flair to your groups. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? So your challenge groups, your personal team, those people who have come into your organization came because they connected with you in that current life season. And so they, that's what I knew it would come back. I told you. I got stuck in this habit of, oh my gosh, I'm in fitness, so I can only post about fitness. And every post has to be coming back to fitness and making a sale. And everything has to be about that I lost sight of who the heck am I? And what do I have to share about my life right now? And I started to actually think, nobody cares. Nobody's going to be able to relate where I am right now. I was so wrong. I stopped sharing my life because I was worried about what other people would think. I was worried about the opinions. I was worried, and I was focused on the feelings, and I was less focused on the impact that I could make by sharing my story. And so you've got to remember to share the story, share where you are in your life, and not focus on the stuff that you cannot control and the stuff that has happened in the past and the stuff that keeps you from moving forward. Number 2 is add your own flair to your groups. This team page is wackadoo, and it is all of us. It is not me, it is everybody. And I love it that way. I want people to be able to just post and share and be positive and encouraging. And so that is our own flair. You know, I love when someone posts a live video or when someone posts something that means something to them, because that is adding your own flair to this group that is collectively ours. And I know that you guys lead your teams and share your own flair with your teams. Number 3, invite your little heart out. Not eat your heart out, but invite your little heart out, because honestly, why wouldn't you? Like, what bad thing could happen from you inviting someone to an opportunity? They say no. They think you're a little bit kooky. That's okay. They're probably going to think that anyway, you know, but you're inviting them to something. And a lot of the time, I remember someone actually said to me one time, I've been waiting to see how long it was going to take you to invite me. And I was like, she was waiting on me. And I was like, you ding-a-ling, Lauren. You let your own hang-ups get in the way of you just inviting her. And she was playing a mind game with me, like, I wonder how long it's going to take her to invite me. And here I am thinking, you're a dear friend of mine, and I'm going to, you know, I want you to come to me and ask me what I'm doing. So funny. Communication is so important, isn't it? Number 4. Oh, yes. Number 4. Edit scripts to sound like you. I know this sounds pretty self-explanatory, and I'm guilty of it as well. I'm like, oh, that's a great post. Ooh, I like the way she said that. Yeah, I am just going to post that. Now, posting something that sounds like you is different than getting a generic script and sounding like a robot and just thinking that you can copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Because the reason that we share those scripts is because it has the information without the emotion. We want you to have the information, and then you put your own emotion or your own flair into it. And something about scripts. When I started this, we didn't have scripts. I mean, I had a business quick start, which was like a 5-step invitation process, and that was it. And it was like 1 line, 2 line, 3. It was so simple. But I wouldn't say that it was a script like what a lot of people expect nowadays. I'm really proud of you guys, because you don't say, hey guys, is there a script for this? I love that about you. But I know that there are other coaches who expect a script every time a new program comes out. The script's the same. Change the information, because the script is literally a format of how to share the information that's in our coach office with our own experience and our own flair. So any script that you see that, I share a Google Doc, or you see somebody else sharing a Google Doc, that's awesome. But please don't get so stuck in the script that you forget to share from your current life season and put your own flair on things and invite your heart out and not just stick with a script. Number 5, post from your heart. It's so funny because the posts that get the most traction and the most engagement for me are the ones where I am just sharing my heart. No ulterior motive. No, come join my group. No, hey, look at my transformation. I mean, the one most recently was a random picture I took of my husband leaving. And it wasn't the day he deployed, but I knew it was coming. And he just happened to be, it was his day off, so I was pissed. Because hello. I'm like, I know you're going to leave. So it was his day off. And I come into the living room, what's that called? And he is packing his vest, that camouflage vest, full of magazines, of bullets and ammo. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? Can you not do that today? It's our vacation. I know you're leaving, Saturday. And he goes, I have to go up to plan. I have to go to the range. And I was like, I think I grew some horns. No, I was like, on your day off. Why is it that stuff happens like when you're supposed to be having family time because we know you are about to leave? and he had that big old Pelican thing packed full of gear. He's in his full camo stuff, and he's headed out to the range. And I was pissed, but I was like, you know what? What a familiar sight this is, me watching him leave. And so I just started to think like, oh my gosh, ever since we met, that man has been in uniform. Literally, even in college. And I've watched him put on many different uniforms and what that meant for us in the seasons of life. And I'm still getting so much traction. And I'm reaching people who are in the season of life that I am. I'm reaching people who understand my life season and the seasons before that. And you know what? That feels good to talk to somebody who gets it. So I really hope that you guys get the experience of having those kind of posts where you're literally sharing from your heart something that means a lot to you, because you're not because you're wanting to get anything out of it, but because maybe you just need to share that part of yourself. And a lot of the times those posts are highlighting somebody else. And that feels really good too. Even if you don't really like them right then, because they're not supposed to be working on their day off, but you're proud of them because of what they're doing. And so whatever that means to you, it just was really, it's been really cool because those people commenting on that post are my people. Those are my market. And so those conversations are ones that I want to keep up. And even if it comes from a point of pain, maybe those people are looking for community like I was. Maybe those people are looking for, a 4-day-a-week fitness program. But right now we've just connected because we've either watched someone leave or they have a lot of pride in their country, period. Number 6. Well, I just did that, didn't I? Be vulnerable with others. There's really nothing more intimate than admitting to someone that you don't have it all together. You don't have all the answers. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Please don't put me on a pedestal. Please don't put that person on a pedestal, because we're all people. We all fail. We all have flaws. And if you're vulnerable with someone and you are listening to them and they're sharing and you can connect with them and share back, that allows you to have a level of trust. And these are going back to the individual, no, these are your individual experiences, your vulnerability, your posting from your heart, sounding like you. This is your individuality. And number 7, I like that. Steward your people well. I will say that I'm not super amazing at this, but to steward is to serve, to take care of. And if you're being a good steward, if you're, when you go to church, they talk about if you're being a good steward of your money, that means you're taking care of it and you're also giving back. So being a good steward of your people means, are you giving back to them? Are you investing back into your team, your coaches, your challengers, your customers? Are you adding value to them? Oh, I got to share a post with you guys at the end of this. Let me write that down, because I literally had 4 people message me that they wanted more info, and I was like, oh, I'm shocked. Share email. Sorry. All right, with the team, because it's been pretty cool. I haven't responded yet. All right. And this all goes back to, being an individual, sharing all those things, being vulnerable. And it goes back to this month, we're trying to beat our best. We're trying to grow. We're trying to, hit new marks. We're trying to reach more people. We're trying to move past. So all of these things, these 7 steps, help you do that. They help you be your best, but perhaps in being your best, you will also beat your best. If you just focus on that and not the numbers and not the sales and not, is this person going to be my next superstar coach or my challenger who is going to rock it out? I just want to invest in them, and I want to have an individual relationship with them. All right. Sorry. Now, the second part of this, which is where I got stuck. So when I became a coach, I am a rock star. because I'm one of Stephanie's coaches. And she named her team Rock Stars. So we can come, you're Thrivers. I don't want you to be Thrivers. I can't say you're made because then it's Melissa McAllister's. Okay, you're just my people, okay? So I'm a rock star. And it's funny how you go through seasons in your business and you can look back and I won't say anything out of turn that I wouldn't say to Stephanie, but she was in a season where she was going through a lot, you know? She just found out her dad had brain cancer and she wasn't really able to invest as much into her business. So a lot of her coaches were taking on those roles. I'd become the military chick. I was answering all the questions about the military, and I felt like I didn't have time for my own people because I was constantly being tagged, messaged, you know. I mean, it was when it had just come out, so people had so many questions. And I was a little bitter. I was a little bit like, what the heck? Why am I having to do all of this on the team page? And where's Stephanie? I'm just saying, I was a little bit like, why am I doing all this work? But other coaches were too. Can you lead team calls? Can you do all this? And we had the wrong perception. We had the wrong attitude, I will say. Now, to flip that, got to 2-star with our team pretty quickly and decided that I needed to break off, because if I didn't learn to lead and if I didn't start to do things on my own, I didn't feel like I would ever grow. Because if you are relying on someone else to provide you scripts, material, and all that stuff, you are never going to step out and you are never going to grow. But in doing that, I became very much individualistic. Didn't want to be a part of anything else. I just wanted to I wanted to invest just in our team. I wanted to put a little bubble around all of us and hold you tight and just pray that you wouldn't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. Please love me. And I wanted to keep that protected and safe. And I would not do anything outside of our team. But hey, we grew quickly. Whatever, it worked. We invested a lot of time in face-to-face. We didn't have scripts. We didn't rely on other people. We made it up as we went. Belly to belly, relationships, community. So the Frankie Valli movie is now on. So I've got this really high voice playing over here. I will say that being individualistic now, I can look back and see that I was so closed off to participating in the team that I missed out on a lot. There's a definite difference in being individual and using your talents and showing up and still participating, and then being totally individualistic and saying, I don't want to do that because I think I can do it better. Like, if you're like me in college, when the professor said, okay, there's a group project, I would take it and be like, I got it. Because I don't want to rely on any of you guys to do it. I got this. Because I know I will do a good job. I don't trust you. And that's really, that's how I grew up, was I got this, I'm not going to rely on you, I can do it better, and I will kill myself working twice as hard as anybody else so that I don't have to wait on you to maybe give me, you know, your part of the project. Well, that's bad. It's good. You know, you're shocked, Lashana. Sad. I still shock you. But I think that maybe some of us could have been like that before, maybe understand what I'm talking about. It's good to be an individual, and it's good to celebrate the different quirks of everybody on our team. And I can say that none of us are exactly alike, and I love the diversity on our team, and I think we need to be more diverse. I do. I won't say like out there and we just don't have anything in common, but I think diversity is good within a group. So anyway, how to avoid being individualistic. And individualistic, the definition is characterized by individualism, independent, and self-reliant. Well, as Christians, we know that being self-reliant just gets us nowhere, right? And I learned that today. I literally was so stressed out about VBS being in a park and being different and having to work from my phone and buy the songs and have a Bluetooth speaker, and I'm by myself, that I did not sleep well last night. I had a huge knot in my stomach. and I told Janelle Penner this, and we are going to have this recorded. I had the biggest poop ever. Carrie almost spit something after I taught my first class, because it was like this relief of, why was I relying on myself? Why was I so caught up in like what I can do? I missed the point completely. Look at what God was doing. All I had to show up and do was love on these kids. They weren't expecting me to be some rock star, to have all my crap together. They had no expectations whatsoever. Here I was, so stressed out and so like not feeling well and in a bad mood and anxious, that I was messing it all up for me, but also possibly for them. And so I was just like, I chilled out. I had jeans on and I had to come home and put shorts on because it was 93 degrees. And I went back and had the best time. And I can't wait for tomorrow. But the thing was, I was relying on self. And that was making me more stressed out, more closed off, more anxious. And instead of just enjoying and being a part of the group, getting to know people, I'm guilty of that, of just being off by myself. Number 1, how can you avoid being individualistic? And again, these are Amber's, and I liked them because they relate back to Beachbody. Attend team calls and then the National Wake Up Call, and share your takeaways. So if you listened to the National Wake Up Call today in Allie, what were your favorite takeaways? Not because you have to, but because you want to, because you just want to be a part. You just want to share what meant something to you. Number 2, participate on your team page. And a lot of you do. You are great. And I love that about you guys. A lot of people miss announcements. They miss things, or they're just a fly on the wall. But if you're just a fly on the wall, then you're not participating. You're not letting people know you're there. And the thing that I remember the most is when I was a new coach, I was watching everybody who commented and everybody who showed up. And I was looking at, okay, that person has a lot of great insight. I'm going to watch her. And this person, wow, she seems to be really growing. What is she doing differently? And I would watch her. And I would reach out and I would go to pages and I would see, and I was learning based on the people who were invested in our team page and we were giving back. I don't think I would have grown had those people not posted. And so I just think about when we add coaches to our team, they're watching us, but they're also watching to see who are the leaders that show up on this team. Why should I follow them? I need a mentor to look up to. I need someone who is like me, maybe at the same stage as me, and I'm going to watch them. And I really like her, and I want to get to know her better. That's how we form relationships, and we get belly to belly, is we've got to be involved. Number 3, have an accurate understanding of how we affect one another. It's kind of a deep one, right? If we need a success partner, if we offer a little encouragement, if we, just send a sweet little message, if we like someone's post, that affects someone else. But on a greater, broader scale, how does your business affect someone else on our team? And again, just talking business, how does my diamond, my rank, affect my coach? What if I drop? What does that do to her organization? It is an independent business that you're running. Don't get me wrong. But it does affect other people. And sometimes it can greatly affect other people. And if we don't think about that, we're not allowing ourselves to be fully invested in understanding the inner workings of this business. It's been really cool to talk with some of you guys and to go through the genealogy so that you can directly see where you are. If I do this, oh, wow, they're affected. I didn't even know that's where I was. It's interesting. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but it's interesting. And it's a lot of fun to get it on a deeper level. It just allows you to take more ownership, perhaps, of your business. And concretely, how does this translate to moving your business forward? 2 big things here. So number 1, if you aren't working as a team, you will never grow into the leader you need to be for the team you are meant to lead. So what we're doing right now is preparing us for that next step. Maybe the book we read seems a little like out there, but it is definitely getting us ready for that next stage of life. If you're reading a leadership book and you're like, this is not me yet, well, it's going to be, because those things are going to start to make sense. Or that experience that you're having where you're learning something new, you're going to be able to use that knowledge. Same thing with how you lead, how you show up on the team is going to help you as you develop skills to help you as a leader when you're leading a team. Add to the team culture. Team culture is huge, and it's something I'm working on, but I'm one person and I can't do it all. It takes us participating. I talked about the Snoop group, and if you saw Joan Crocker's video, she said that one thing has helped their team culture so much because they're doing those little 15-minute like power 15s, inviting blitzes, and they have this Snoop group to invite to where they all have a little bit of inner working into it, and they're excited to have something to invite to. So it's helping them because they're getting excited about inviting because they have something to invite to all the time. They're not waiting around like, well, our next group is in a month. What the heck am I going to do until then? Always have something. So the team culture is excited. Excuse me. So what does that mean though? Team culture means offering your ideas, your superpowers. Sometimes your superpower is just showing up and being consistent. I love that. And then your time and your leadership, free of charge. Even if that person who's coming to you isn't your PS coach, and they will never, ever, ever help you out with your rank or your illegals, because we are one big team. And in the end, that's what we do. That's what we do. So Amber kept rapping while she was here. It was the funniest thing ever because she's this teeny little 5-foot-tall thing. And I was like, why are you rapping all the time? She's like, I don't know. It's just funny to me. Anyway, I digress. Number 2, this is fun. Like, this is a fun one. Recruit for diversity. Like, don't recruit someone you're not going to, relate with. But stop looking for the culture fit, but for the culture add. So maybe someone is just someone that you totally like, you connect with and you love who they are and you love what they have to share, but maybe that's not you. Like, you love how free they are. And maybe, you love that they are very scientific minded, and that's not you, but you think, gosh, that would be so cool to have someone like that on our team to offer a different perspective. Or, just brainstorm with me here. I just think that's really cool. Looking for people who will add and elevate you and your team. That might take a little bit more deep thought here, but I just think that would be really cool. Like, we add fitness instructors and business owners, and we add nutritionists, and those people really help us and have greater understanding of our own products, but on a different level, like physical therapists adding to the team. They're able to add more knowledge and experience and expertise. Holistic, people who only homeschool. I'm just thinking like outside the box. It's really cool when you meet people who have different ways that they've parented or different upbringings, and it's just really exciting. So anyway, here's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway. We don't have to be alike to be united. And I've said it before. I feel like our team is just the coolest melting pot of individuals. I don't know how we were brought together. I don't need to know how we were brought together. The fact is we were for a purpose. To me, that is good enough. And it's exciting and it's a blessing because I get to meet you get to meet me, we get to meet each other and work together. That would have never happened had I just done the same old. And I'm thankful for that. But I have to think, how many other people need what we have? How many people need this community to rally around them and to be their village, to help them wherever they are in their situation of life? We don't even have to like each other. Shocker. I don't like my husband sometimes, but I love him. Okay, so let's just be clear about that. I don't like my kids all the time, but I love them. And that's how I feel. I love you guys, even if I've never met you. But I might not like everybody all the time. You might not like me, and I'm okay with that. You would not like the fact that I haven't washed my hair in 4 days. Like, let's just be clear. There are things about me you probably don't like, and you're like, that's disgusting. And I don't like what she said right then. I don't like what she did, but I love her. I'm good with that. We just need it good enough, because we are all more than anything else. It's from that book, Dream Teams. That's the quote. We need a good enough, because we are all more than anything else. That's a hard phrase. Like, that's a hard quote. I don't quite get it. I'm just going to be honest with you and vulnerable. I don't think she wrote that right. We just need a good enough, because we are all more than anything else. All right, we're just going to move on from that. And the second thing is, be the coach that pushes others to flip down the football field. Okay, this was a good analogy, and I'll share it with you, because then I want to talk about my coaches. Be the coach that pushes others to flip down the football field to do more than they thought they could. It's how you get better and how we get better. So Amber's analogy, and I have my own, she was a cheerleader in Texas. And she had this coach who was kind of hard. Like, she really liked this coach. But this coach was hard on her girls. And she said, I will never, ever forget. One day, she said, Amber's not leaving here until she does a back handspring on her own. Oh, but coach, I'll spot her. Her friend was like, I just, let me help her, because I don't think she's ready. And Amber was freaking out. She did not think she was ready to do a back handspring on her own. And she said, nope, if she doesn't do it right here, I'm going to make her do them all the way down the room by herself, even if she falls on her head. Well, Amber did the back handspring because I think she had the fear of the coach in her. She also was looking around. The team was waiting on her. The coach would not let the team progress any further, and all eyes were on Amber. And that was very uncomfortable for her. She's like, oh, this coach is such a jerk. Like, what the heck? Why would she do this? So Amber did it. She goes, I don't even remember if it was pretty. It was probably the ugliest back handspring I ever did, but I did it. She said that whole next season, Amber was the one who was doing the back handsprings down the football field at every game, because that one act showed her what she could do. It actually made her better, because she was so fearful of doing that one back handspring. She might have never done it on her own. She might have constantly said, can you spot me? Can you spot me? Can you spot me? But the coach showed her, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to rock it. You don't even have to land it all the way. You just have to trust me and show me that you have enough belief that you can just do that. I've had coaches who were mean to me, I thought. So I played softball. I had coaches who were hard on me, who I was a catcher and third baseman. You get line drives at your face. You know, as a catcher, you get beat up. You get beaten by the bat. You're supposed to get right up in there. They didn't care if they hit you. And you're supposed to get down in the dirt, and you're supposed to come up swinging. You're supposed to sacrifice your body. They did not care if I was complaining. They cared about getting the out. They cared about making the play. So I started caring about getting the out and making the play. And I took a lot of pride and ownership in the fact that I could do those things really well. And I got good at reflexes and blocking myself and putting the glove up in front of my face because I had to. But it took the coach saying, get back up and get back in there. I understand that that hurt. I understand that that wasn't the most fun experience, but shake it off and get back in there. And I didn't want to. And it was hard to pick myself back up. And that's kind of like this. It's hard to pick yourself back up when someone says no. It's hard to pick yourself back up when someone you trust talks about you behind your back and belittles you as a coach. It's hard to show your face when you think people are talking about you. It's hard. But is it worth it to keep going? Because you get this, and you get your next amazing coach who says, thank you so much for inviting me. And so I really loved everything Amber said about being an individual and showing up and showing off your talents and getting in there and shining your light and being the cheerleader and being the biggest question asker. She's not even on here anymore, Ashley. And all of those things that we recognize in you, each one of you, for your individual characteristics, talents, quirks, the things we love about you. It's important that we focus on those things and not becoming so individualistic that we pull ourselves away from participating because we think, I don't need that. I don't need to be a part of the team. I think I can do it better on my own. I've tried it before. It didn't work. Well, that was like 3 years ago, or that was last year. Things have changed. We've all learned. We've grown. So we've got to keep giving each other chances and opportunities to jump back in and get better. So the reason I call this, call how to be a great coach, because this is how we're a great coach. This is how we're a great friend. This is how we're a good mentor. This is how we're a good success partner, how we're a good accountability partner. This is how we're just good people. When we're vulnerable, when we share our personal experiences, when we put our own flair, when we post from the heart, we're a great coach, but we're also just good people. And so I don't think that word coach really defines us. I think that if we can just be good friends, good mentors, good stewards of our gifts, then we're kind of awesome. So that's just what I wanted to focus on tonight, because I know that, as we're working on big goals and little goals, they all make a difference to this entire team. And I want you to know that no matter, how big your goal, how small, every little thing that you do is seen, it's noticed, it's appreciated. Even if it's not liked or commented on or loved or happy faced or laughed emoji, but just know that you're an integral part of this family. So I talked for 45 minutes. Boom. And I'm done. So if you guys have things to add, what did I say? I've got to share this email with you. Hold on. It was so good that I duplicated it. And I'm getting it for you guys. So it's so simple. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. You should do this with all of your customers. As I received a coach cancellation request. Meh, it's fine. All right. So here's the email, and here is, simple. It's super short. So I posted some of the before and after pictures from Lift 4, and we have an album on our team page of all of the photos that I've been able to gather from the Lift 4 test group. Maybe you have some others. You're welcome to add them. Those folders are open. Totally just raise your hand if you're someone who would love to get results over the summer by working out 4 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes, and wiggle room for a date night once a week. So talking about freedom, talking about time. I do. That's why I couldn't be more excited for the virtual group and plan that is launching in a few weeks, actually next week. Best part, you get it before it releases out to the rest of the world. That's the VIP access. You game, what's involved? 4 workouts per week, all of the stuff that we know about Lift 4. Non-diet. I think this is a good way of saying it's not a diet, because when people hear the word diet, they think, limitation. I've got to starve myself and I'm going to be hungry and it's never going to work because I've done that before. And if people think I've done that before and I failed, they don't want to try. I'm able to invite to the exclusive test group with, because we all are, the creator of this new plan, talk about accountability and the best experience ever, right? Joel is personally involved in every message he receives and answers in a timely fashion, but you also have me as your coach. If you're serious about wanting results, getting them in a way that won't take over your entire life, there's only 1 week left to commit, and I want individuals who are serious about getting results with me, respond back to this email, and we will get you all set up. Looking forward to crushing some goals during the last part of the summer with you, your coach, Lauren. Simple. But the title of it is 2% of your day, 4 days a week equals results. I think also, and I didn't come up with that. Erin did. She's genius. My assistant sent this out. I was like, here's the copy, here are the pictures. Will you set it up? And I can copy and paste this in our team page. That math equation, 2% of your week and you can get results. And they see the pictures and they see that it's 30 to 40-ish minutes. They see that they have a date night. It's a non-diet. All right, I'm interested. Like, give me some more information. And then it's just a conversation of, well, what do you know about, Live For It? You're out there. These are my customers, so they know something about Beachbody. Okay, what do you know about Live For It? Nothing? All right, let's talk about it. What are you looking to accomplish? Or just let them talk. So that has been really my customer list. I just want to make sure. Current customers. Yes, current customers. And so far, like Aaron sent it out just a little while ago, 4 responses. So I'm pretty excited about that because usually I get crickets, to be honest, especially the customer list. So I will say that I've done Tanya's social media launch thing today. I mean, I'm willing to try it all. I'm even if I share the same story every day for the next 2 months, some new person is going to see it tomorrow. Some new person is going to see it 3 days from now. And so just keep trying new things and putting your own spin on it. I did the whole stories thing today. It was fun. Found pictures. I just told a story and it was a blast. We'll see if anyone comments. If not, it's fine. But I tried something new. I learned something new. And I got the message about Live For It out in a different format. There you go. I'm happy with that. So just hope that you guys can try new things and step out of your comfort zones. And email's easy. Set it up, send it out. And then wait for messages to come back. I think the scariest part is when someone messages you back and you're like, oh my God, I have to respond now. I still get scared. I do. So why not? Why not make a fun email and send it out? Go, be free. All right, so I'm going to stop recording, and I hope that you guys got something. My throat is sore.